You will spend the next 4 weeks working on your WordPress blog. This will constitute the journaling portion and your participation verification for dental public health. The next few slides will introduce you to WordPress, which we will be using to create the blog, and the instructions are provided. You do not need to download the application into your computer. We will be working directly off the website. The next couple of slides are going to introduce you to WordPress. As I mentioned earlier, we will not be downloading the entire application into our computers unless you care to do so. If you do, I have links I can provide for you. We just having a basic assignment and getting you familiar with online journaling and creating a blog. If by chance you are working already with another website that you are familiar with, please email me the link to that website so I can approve it and you can continue working in that website to document your participation grade for this course. So let's watch the videos. After the videos, there will be a few slides, about 6 or 7, that will show you step by step how to access and get into WordPress, creating your account and your opening page.
We have the site running. We can now create posts, create pages, add themes. We can now install plugins. We can log in, and we can basically just get blogging. And because WordPress is primarily a blogging interface and a blogging CMS, it's really set up to do just that out of the box. However, WordPress is capable of lots more things, and many large sites that you visit frequently are built on WordPress. It's one of the most used content management systems, and the best part about that is there's lots of resources available on the front end of our site, and from here we can click around. You can see this Hello World post. If we're on the home page back here, we have a title and a basic blog post that's just a teaser. If we click on the title, it takes us to the page of that blog post, and it has the full content with comments, and we could even leave a comment right now if we wanted. Okay, it's writing hello comments, posting a comment, and you'll see it already says that the admin has posted a comment here. Now we can even search this page already if we want, and it looks like my last search terms were tiny, MCE, and penguins, which is great. We could search for either one of those things. However, it probably won't find a whole lot because we don't have that content in our site. But if you wanted to check and you just wanted to say, let's search for hello, it's going to find this Hello World post already for us. So search is working out of the box, our blog posts and pages are working out of the box, comments is working out of the box, and our admin section, pretty much, like I said, everything you need to get going. And we have this basic theme up and running. So if this is all you need, get started posting stuff.
When you follow the link provided in the assignment, it's going to take you to this opening page, and you're going to create your WordPress account. You will need to give your site a name. As you can see, I've given mine Canassie Dental Public Health. Once you created your account, it'll ask you to set up your home page and how you would like it to look. Again, you have 4 options, and select one of them. The third step in the account setup process will be creating your domain name. And you can see that we're going to select the free option, which says CanassieDentalPublicHealth.wordpress.com. The 4th page that will open for you will be picking the plan, and we will be selecting the free option. We want a free website, so we can still publish it and post in less than 5 minutes. So this will be a really quick option. You are then now ready to create your account and provide your username and your password. Before you can begin working on your WordPress blog page, you will need to confirm your account through your email address provided in your initial setup. Once you have confirmed your account, it will take you to this opening page, and you're ready to start your blog and complete your assignment through WordPress. The next 3 slides will introduce you to small videos that will teach you how to create your WordPress pages. You will need 6 of them. The first one will be your introductory page, and the following 5 will document your field experiences. The next video that will follow will be creating a theme for your WordPress blog pages, and that way you can just be creative and make something really interesting. And again, the last of the 3 slides coming up with your video instructional clips will be creating your WordPress posts.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today I'm going to show you how to create a new page and add it to this main navigation up top here for your WordPress site. Now, this is really basic and easy, so let's get into it. All we have to do is click this new, and we can go down here to page, or if you're on the back end of the site, you can get here just by clicking this up top here, your toolbar, and then coming down here to pages, add new. Now, here we can add a new title for our page. So this can be the About Us page, and this can be filled with basically, let's say, a whole bunch of dummy text here. Now, if we scroll down to page attributes, we see some things we haven't seen before. It says parent and a template here. So parent is actually where this lies in the navigation here. If it has no parent, it's just going to be a normal level item, just like our sample page is already. And if you don't specify an order, it's just going to put it next in line because the other one is already order number 0. So if we wanted this one to be second in line, we would say number 1. The lower number always rises to the top in these sort of situations. And there's much more complex menuing allowed in WordPress, which we will get into later. But for right now, this is this basic menu setup for these pages. Now we could even have a featured image like we had before if we wanted, but it's okay, I don't need one. Now for template, we're just going to select the default template. There's several other templates which you can test out here, and what templates you have available are based on the theme you're using. So you may be seeing these other templates if you're using this 2014 theme or not. So let's go ahead and click Publish. Okay, page is published. Let's view our page. And now here's our page. It has our About Us header, it has our text, and it has an edit button so we can quickly get back to edit it. Keep in mind that your visitors will not see this button. Now if we scroll in here, we see there's comment sections, right? So what happens if we want to not have comments on our pages, right? So, I mean, how many About Us pages do you see that have a comment section? Not a ton. So let's go to Edit. And in the last video, we went over some screen options, and this is how we're going to get rid of these. If you come down here, you may have seen comments is checked here. You can see there is no comments yet. However, right next to it is discussion. Right here, if we check discussion, we can say don't allow comments. Just by unchecking this allow comments button and then updating our page. Let's come back to our site. Let's come to our About Us. You'll see no more comments. You also see that because we just navigated to this from the main menu, it added it to the main menu right by sample page here. Now we set About Us, we set the position in the navigation to be 1. So let's come to sample page and let's come in here and let's click Edit. You'll notice this one's set to 0. If we set this as something like 5 or anything lower than 1, when we update, let's go to view our page. About Us is now going to be in front of sample page. Well, this is really nice and easy. We now have a main navigation. So if your site consisted of a blog and a few pages about you, maybe like a contact page or something like that, this would be really easy to put together. You just create a couple of pages. If you go to your home page, you have your blog posts. You can get your recent posts right here. So this basic theme gets you up and running pretty easily. So that's how you create a page in WordPress. We're going to be going over lots more advanced configuration for things like this, but for right now, it's nice and easy. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment in the video or hit us up at Twitter or LevelUpTuts. You can also reach out to us at the leveluptuts.com forum. I'll put a link in the comments or in the description of the video. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.
What I'd like to remind you is that being we have not downloaded the WordPress into our computers, we will not be using what they call the back end of the software program. We're going to just be using what is on the website, and it'll all be all the basic applications. So some of the information in these videos are much more advanced, and just sort of like listen through them in case you care to come back and create a really nice blog later on.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today I'm going to show you how to install a theme using the WordPress interface. And we're lucky because this is really easy. So that's one of the things WordPress handles really well, is making tasks like installing and changing your theme, as well as installing plugins and changing out plugins and things like that. It makes it really easy. So to do this, all we have to go to is Appearance and then Themes. Now, we have our active themes. You'll notice if we click Activate on 2013, and then we come to the front end of our website, you'll see it's already using this completely different theme, which was the default theme for 2013. Now, if we were to activate 2012, of course, and refresh, our site would already be using 2012. Now you could even do a live preview, which is just going to give you a quick preview of what your site would look like. We can click cancel on that one. Now you'll notice we have this big button here and it says add new theme. Now let's click this and we can add a new theme based on searching in the WordPress repository here for themes. So we can look at all sorts of things. We can look at the newest themes. We can look at recently uploaded or featured themes, and you know, a lot of these maybe are going to be like theme engines that allow you to build upon, or some of them are going to be, or it could even be a complete theme like you're seeing a lot of these. So what happens if we go through this and we find something we like? So this responsive theme, this one looks pretty nice. It's using what looks like some variation of like Twitter Bootstrap or something. So we have the option to see some more details about it, see its like star rating and just a description text, or we can even see a preview, which is going to just take a second, and it's just going to more or less show a large version of the site. It's not necessarily your content in the site here. So what happens if we actually wanted to install this theme? Well, luckily it's just as easy as clicking this Install Now button, and you'll notice we get this message saying download install package. Now if you don't have proper permissions for the directory, it might be asking you for your FTP information here, and then of course you'd want to gather your FTP information and put it in there. Now it's downloaded and installed the theme, and that took about 1 second. So now we can click Activate, or you could go to your themes and click Activate from there. Now let's come to our home page and refresh once more. And voila, we've installed a theme. It's responsive. You'll be able to see it if we you know, change the window up here. There you go. You can see it responding like that, like so. But that was incredibly easy. Now, what sort of tools do they give you to find themes, right? So you can even search for what sort of color you want. You want a dark theme, maybe a black theme. I want 2 columns, 3 columns. I want it responsive. I want it to be using these particular features or plugins to be built for those things. Maybe you have a particular subject, photo blogging perhaps. Like if we click photo blogging and we just go find themes, it's going to find us all of the themes that are, you know, for photo blogging, and then you can then look through them and sort them and find which ones are going to be perfect for you. So this is how you install a theme from within WordPress. Like I said, super easy. We did it in no time, and it's so easy that you can install a bunch of themes and try them out and then delete them if you don't like them, whatever you want. So try it out. Install some themes, see what you can do. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to install a theme that you've downloaded from somewhere else. that's not from this. Maybe you've purchased it from somewhere, or you just have a theme and you need to install it. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, reach out to us in the Level Up forum. I'll post a comment in the video description that says exactly the address to the forum, or you can hit us up on Facebook or Twitter, any of that stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today we're going to show you how to make a post on WordPress. Now, we're using the latest version of WordPress here, so if yours doesn't look exactly like this, don't worry, it's pretty much the exact same. The icons might be a little bit different, and the theme and the admin and the front end might be a little bit different, but the positionings and the exact process and everything should be the exact same. They haven't really changed it that much over the years. So we have our page here, and notice how when I'm logged in, I have this top bar here. Now we can create a new post simply by clicking this new and then post. Now it takes us to the post administrative screen where we can enter our post. We have a WYSIWYG editor, which stands for what you see is what you get. Basically, you type here in a text editor and it's something like Microsoft Word or Google Docs like you might be used to, or you can click text if you are more familiar with code. Now we can also get here by in the back end of the site. If we have this open or even if we have this closed, we can click on posts and then either add new here or add new here. Either way, it's going to take us to this same screen. We can then collapse this menu again to make this editing a little bit bigger. Now our post needs a title, so we can say our first post, and we want to type some text here, but I don't really have anything I necessarily want to say, so I use this hipster ipsum, and it's sort of just like the lorem ipsum. It's just generated text, but this one is a little bit funnier because it's, I don't know, hipster text. So it has things like PBR and whatever. Okay, so I have some text here, and all that matters is we have some paragraphs here. If you go to text, this tab right here, you'll see it doesn't look a whole lot different because it's not really code, but you can write code in here. So visual, this is more of a, a word. What you see is what you get. Now we have what type of format we want the post to be, and we have some options. Is an image, a video, an audio, a quote, a link, a gallery, and a side, which is sort of just like side content, or is it a standard post? This is a standard post with text and a title, so we're just going to leave this as the format, and we can minimize this here. Now we have the option of adding some categories, so let's add a new category, and this will be introduction. Okay, and let's add, let's click the add new category button, and let's, I'll just add a hipster category as well. So now we have two categories here. And we can even uncheck this if we decide that we don't want to use one of these. Now notice how there's also a most used tab here. Once we start publishing posts, this most used is going to generate of your most used categories, making it nice and easy to find them. Now you can also make something a child category of something else. So if we wanted a child category of hello to be a category of introduction, we could do that. However, we don't need that many categories. That seems like maybe something you'd want to use a tag for. Now we can then minimize this just like that, get it out of the way, or you could leave it open and scroll down. And now we can add a tag. So let's just add some tags. So it can be a hello world tag, and then notice how it says separate with commas. So there we go. And so I have 3 tags here. I can click add and see how it adds them separately based on where the comma is. If you wanted to add another one right now, like that, you could click add and it just adds it to the list. So you can either add all of them at once or one at a time, just keep clicking add, or you can also choose from your most used tags. Now we can also set a featured image here if we'd like. So let's go ahead and click select featured image, and since we don't have anything uploaded, I'm going to select a file. Now it opened up a file picker where I selected this image of a it's a crab smoking a cigarette, and it's a hilarious image. I'm going to change the title to crab with sig, there we go, and you can put the caption as whatever you'd like. Smoking crab image. Okay, so now I can set this as a featured image if I'd like, or you could go on ahead and upload even more and then choose one from that, or I could upload it permanently or edit it again. So let's click set featured image because that's of course why I uploaded it. And now we're ready to get this post published. So we can do a couple of things. We could save this or we could preview it. Now saving this draft just saves it in the system. It doesn't put it on the website. If we were to click save draft like this, it says it's saved. However, if we come to the front end of our website, it's not there. So to actually get the site published, we need to click this publish button. Now we could, if we want to see what it looks like before we click publish, we can always click this preview and we can see that we have this large image and our text here. Now the reason this theme looks like this is because this is this theme. Now I've zoomed in on it in a normal browser size. It's going to look smaller. It'll look something more like this, so that image won't be so monstrous. But here we have this theme. So basically, if you don't like the layout and you don't like the way this looks, you can go ahead and look for other themes, or if you are familiar with coding, you can go ahead and design your own theme. And that's one of the great things about WordPress, is it makes it really easy to get up and going if you don't know the code and you don't know how to do it. But if you do, it's also flexible enough that you can have complete control over it and do what you'd like. Now, Preview Post has just opened this up, and this is still not live. If we are again going to the front of our site and we're to see it, of course it's not live. So we need to click this magic red publish button here, and once it's good, you can see that we have changed it. Now, this publish button is no longer publish, but update. If we want to make a change, we're going to have to click this update button before it's live on the site. If we wanted to unpublish this, we would want to click edit, and then select draft or pending review. We could also select visibility to be password protected and or private, or not and or, but or private. So we don't want to do any of that. We're happy with it being published. Let's go to the front end of our site. We can see right there, loud and clear, is our Hipster Ipsum first post. It has our tags, our categories, hipster and introduction. If we scroll down and see our post, you can see our tags, first post, hello world, Hipster Ipsum, and introduction. And if we come up here and click on the title, we can actually go to that post's page, and you'll see in here that besides having our information, we can also leave a comment on it, or you can see the previous post from here, but you could leave a comment, and yeah, that's it. So that's our first post. In the next video, we're going to talk about what more things you can do with the post interface, either adding and editing. There's all sorts of extra stuff in there. There's screen options and things. So we're going to go over that in the next video. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video or hit us up at Twitter at Level Up Tuts. We're also on Facebook, or there's the brand new Level Up Tuts forum where you can talk and interact with the community and ask questions, whatever. So as always, this is Scott Tolinski. Thanks for watching. Bye.
When your blog is ready to go, you will be posting the link to the discussion board under Module 5. There is a link into that discussion board for you. So copy and paste your WordPress URL, and we'll enjoy watching the development of your blog page. Okay, I've got another option for you. One that you're familiar with is creating a PowerPoint of collage images and possible video clips from your field experience. You will then convert this to a MP4 and load it to your YouTube account. You did a lot of this stuff in the previous courses, but I have inserted all the different PowerPoints videos that will guide you through the process again, if some have forgotten. So the next slides coming up are basically creating these PowerPoints, narrating them, converting them to an MP4, creating your YouTube account, and then uploading and obtaining a URL or link to your video. If you choose to go this route, you will be creating one for each of your field experiences.
Everyone has their own way of preparing for a presentation. What do you plan to say? How long will the presentation last? The first thing I do when I'm ready to rehearse is go to the Slideshow tab. not to run a slideshow but to work on my timing using the Rehearse Timings command. This mode lets you practice your presentation while recording the amount of time it takes to deliver each slide. See the toolbar at the top? These timings can be used to run your presentation automatically in the future, so you can focus on your talking points instead of advancing the slides. While in rehearsal mode, just click the Next button to move to the next slide, or the right arrow on your keyboard. If you need more than one try to get a timing right, you can take a break using the Pause button, and then resume the recording when you're ready. To re-record the timing on the current slide, just click Repeat and it'll reset the clock. Let's skip ahead to the end of the slideshow. I'm going to use the Escape key to return to PowerPoint, and I'm very satisfied with the timings from this rehearsal, so I'm going to click Yes to keep them. Here they are, right under each slide in Slide Sorter view. Now when I give my presentation, I can let this run in the background without having to advance the slides myself. That gives me an idea. Why don't we start over, and this time make a copy of the presentation that people can view on their own with slide timings and narration. It's possible with the Record Slideshow feature. All you need is a microphone for your computer. If you open the menu here, you can record from your current slide or from the beginning if you're just getting started. Check what you want to include. For me, timings and narration because I do have a mic. Then click Start Recording and be ready to perform your slideshow as soon as it begins. Make sure you speak clearly into the mic if you're recording narration, and as before, click Next or use the arrow key on your keyboard when you're ready to move to the next slide. Your mouse won't show up on screen in a recorded slideshow, so if you want to point something out, you'll need to do it using something the viewer can see, the laser pointer. It's easy. Just hold Control on your keyboard while you click and hold your mouse. When you're finished, press the Escape key. Now my timings and my narration are part of the presentation. Any slide with narration will be marked with a little speaker icon in the bottom right corner. If you change your mind and want to remove any timings or narration, just open the Record Slideshow menu and clear whatever you need, from the current slide or all the slides. I'm going to need to give my narration another go when I have all my talking points planned out, but I'm not worried. With the ability to rehearse and record, I know I'll be ready to deliver my presentation, whether it's to a live audience or the viewer's personal computer. The presentation I'm working on is almost done. I've typed up everything I need to share about the company's new wellness program. The only thing missing? Pictures. It's easy to insert a picture from a file or add clip art using the placeholders on your slides. All you have to do is click the icon. There are lots of ways to add an image, even if your slide doesn't have a placeholder. It all starts with the Insert tab. I already know which picture I want to use here. Luckily, I have the file saved to my computer, which means I can use the Picture command to navigate to where it's being kept, and then insert it. To move the picture while it's still selected, I'm just going to click, hold, and drag it to the right where we have plenty of space. Very good. Now let me take a look at the next slide. We'll also go back to the Insert tab. I don't have an image for this part of my presentation, but I'll bet I can find something in clip art. PowerPoint has a huge library of pictures, graphics, and other media that you can search using keywords. I'd like to see what we can find related to the word nutrition. And I want my results to include both illustrations and photographs. Click Go to search. Now we have tons of pictures to choose from. I think I'll click this one to add it to my slide. Let's close the clip art window so we can take a good look. The picture's a little big, but that's an easy fix. You can resize any image while it's selected using the sizing handles here in the corners. Just click, hold, and drag, then release the mouse to make the image larger or smaller. I'm also going to reposition it here. On my next slide, the picture I want to add is a little more unique. Not a picture file, not clip art, but a screenshot. A screenshot is an image that captures what's being displayed on your screen. For example, the website I'd like to share that can be used to track your health goals. Let's go back to PowerPoint. then Insert, Screenshot, to take a look at our options. I have 2 windows open right now, including an Excel spreadsheet and the website I want to capture. Just click to take a screenshot of the window. Now we have an image of the page that even includes parts of my browser, like navigation and the status bar. I'd like to see if we can take a picture of just the calorie counter in the middle. So I'm going to delete this image, then go back to Insert, Screenshot, and this time Screen Clipping. This will let us capture part of the page instead of the entire window, using the same technique we use to draw text boxes. Just click, hold, and drag to draw a box around the image you want to capture, then let go. Resize and reposition the picture if you need to. I think the right imagery, whether it's a picture from a file, clip art, or a screenshot, can really help your audience get into the presentation. PowerPoint gives you so many options.
Once you've added pictures to your presentation, you'll want to make them look as good as possible. And that could mean adjusting the color, or the brightness and contrast, or even just adding a border. To begin, click on the picture, and then go to the Format tab. And I want to start by cropping this picture. Click on the Crop command, and you'll see these black handles appear. And you'll need to make sure that the mouse is right over the black handle so that you don't accidentally grab a resizing handle. Then just click and drag. And I'm just cropping it a little bit. When you're finished, click the Crop command again. Just below that is a drop-down arrow, and if you go to Crop to Shape, you can choose what shape you want your picture to be. I'd like the picture to have rounded corners, so I'll go with the rounded rectangle. For some of your pictures, you may want to add a border. I want to create a gold border so it'll match the heading. And I can't really see the border right now, so I'm going to change the weight to 3 points. Most images aren't perfect, and that's where the Corrections menu comes in. This is found in the Adjust group. From here, you can sharpen and soften the image, or you can adjust the brightness and contrast. For this one, I'm just going to make it sharper to help bring out the detail. If you want to adjust the color, you can just go to the Color command. And here you can adjust the saturation, the color tone, or you can even recolor the image. I'm going to adjust the color tone to make the picture look a little bit warmer. I think this picture looks good now, so I'm going to go through and see if any of the other pictures need adjustments. This picture already looks really good, but there are a couple of things we can do to spice it up a little bit. Specifically, artistic effects and picture styles. From the Format tab, go to Artistic Effects, and just hover over the different options until you find one that you like. Depending on what your picture looks like, some of them may look better than others. This one looks like a pastel drawing, which I think works well with this picture. I'm also going to choose a picture style. And these can add various types of frames and other types of effects to your picture. And the metal frame looks good. With all of the pictures in this presentation, the file size is probably pretty large, and that might be a problem if I want to email it to somebody. To fix that, I'm going to compress the pictures. In the Adjust group, click the Compress Pictures command. And here you have the option of deleting the cropped areas of pictures and also changing the target output. Email will give you the lowest resolution, which means the file size will be as small as possible. And I want to apply these changes to all of the pictures in the presentation, so I'll uncheck Apply Only to this picture and then click OK. You may have noticed that the picture adjusted a little bit, and that's because compression lowers the quality of the picture. So there is a trade-off, and you'll have to decide whether you want higher quality images or a smaller file size. I'm working on a Trivia Night slideshow for a local restaurant, and I want it to be as exciting as possible so people will want to keep coming back to Trivia Night every week. I want to spice it up a little bit by adding background music, sound effects, and other sounds to some of the slides. On the first slide, I'd like to add some intro music. To get started, go to the Insert tab and click the Audio drop-down arrow. There are 3 different ways to insert audio. For this one, I want to use one of the built-in audio files, so I'll go to ClipArt Audio. Here you can type your search terms, and I'm looking for something groovy. And then click Go. There are a few different ones to choose from, and if you want to preview the file, you can click the drop-down arrow and go to Preview Properties. But I know this is the file I want, so I'll just click on it to add it to the slide. And it may take a few seconds. Now once it's there, you can listen to it by clicking the play button. And if you want to jump to a different part of the song, just click anywhere on this timeline. And you can change the volume by going to the speaker icon on the right. I'm done with the clip art for now, so I'll close this. One of the questions will include a song that the participants will need to listen to, so I'm going to insert an audio file into that slide. Go back to the Insert tab and go to the Audio drop-down arrow and select Audio from File, and you'll use this option whenever you have a file on your computer like an MP3. Then find your file and click Insert. And I'm going to move it over here so it's easier to see. There is one more way to insert audio, and that is by recording it. Go down to Record Audio, and this will only work if you have a microphone that works with your computer. And some computers even have built-in microphones. When you're ready to record, click the Record button, and when you're finished, click the Stop button. And I'm just going to record a short phrase. And the answer is... Okay, I've recorded my phrase, and now I will click the play button to preview it. And the answer is... And when you're done, you can give it a name, and then click OK. And it will be added to the slide. So that's how you insert audio into your PowerPoint presentations. And in the next video, we're going to talk about editing it, adding fade-ins and fade-outs, and adjusting the other playback options. Now that we've added some audio files to our presentation, we need to edit them a little bit so they'll play back correctly. On the first slide, I added some intro music, but the song is over a minute long and I really only need a few seconds. To fix this, we'll need to trim it. Make sure that the audio icon is selected, and then go to the Playback tab and Trim Audio. And now you can use the green and red markers to change the start and end points. To preview it, click the play button. And I'm going to be adding a fade in and fade out, so when I'm done, the beginning and end will sound a lot smoother. And you can adjust the fade in and fade out on the Playback tab. I'm going to do 0.75 seconds for the fade in, and I want the fade out to be a little bit longer, so I'll do 3 seconds. If you want to be able to jump to a specific point in the song, you can add a bookmark. Click on the timeline where you want the bookmark to be, and then click Add Bookmark. And this little circle will appear, and during your presentation you can just click on it to jump to that spot. If I played the slideshow right now, I would have to click on the audio icon to start the music, but I would prefer if it started playing automatically. You can change this by going to the Audio Options group on the Playback tab, and where it says Start on Click, you can change this to Automatically. And there are some other options that you can change here. You can have the audio file loop continuously until you stop it. You can rewind it after it's done playing. You can hide the audio icon, and you can adjust the volume. And now I'm going to start the slideshow to test the intro music. And it starts playing automatically. And it fades out nicely. If you want to change the appearance of the audio icon, just select it and go to the Format tab. And here you can make any kind of adjustment that you want, or you can even use one of your own pictures. In the Adjust group, click the Change Picture command, and then find the picture that you want to use, and click Insert. Then you can resize it if you want to. And I'm also going to change the color so it matches the slide. Audio can add a lot of excitement to your presentation, and by using the Format and Playback tabs to customize it, you can make it even more impressive. Sometimes if you're giving a presentation, you may have a video that you want to show your audience. And to keep everything seamless, you can play the video directly on a slide in your PowerPoint presentation. In this Trivia Night slideshow, some of the trivia questions require the audience to view a short video and then guess who the actor or actress is. So I'm going to add a video just above the question. First, go to the Insert tab, and then click on the Video drop-down arrow. To add a video from your computer, select Video from File. And then just find your file and click Insert. And then wait for it to add the video. And with larger files, this could take quite a while. Just like with pictures, you can resize videos and you can move them wherever you want. To preview it, press the play button just below the video. And for convenience, both the Format and Playback tabs also have play buttons. To the right of the play button, there's a timeline, and you can click anywhere on it to jump to a different part of the video. And on the far right, you can control the volume. There are two other options for inserting a video. If you have the embed code from a video on YouTube or another video site, you can click here to add it. One advantage of this option is that it doesn't increase the file size of your presentation, but you will need to be connected to the internet whenever you want to play the video. And you can also add clip art video, but these are mostly just very short animations and they may not be as useful to you. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to customize your video by editing it and changing the video options. I've added a video to my presentation, but I still need to make a few changes so it will play back exactly how I want it to. First, make sure your video is selected, and then go to the Playback tab. In some of your videos, you may just want to play an excerpt, and you can use the Trim Video command to get rid of the parts that you don't want. In the dialog box, you'll see green and red markers, and you can click and drag these to change the start and end times. I'm only going to use a few seconds from this video. Then you can click play to preview it.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving.
That looks good, so I'll click OK. To give it a little more of a polished look, you can add a fade in and a fade out. I think I'll just do a little over a second for each one. You can also add bookmarks to the timeline of the video, which you can use to jump to specific points during your presentation. You'll first need to click on the timeline to find the exact point in the video that you want, and then go to Add Bookmark, and it will add a little circle here. You can add more than one if you want. And now you can just click on each bookmark when you want to jump to that part of the video. Now let's look at a couple of the video options. And they're also found on the Playback tab. By default, you'll have to click on the video during the presentation to play it, but you may want it to start automatically when you get to that slide. You can just change the Start option to Automatically. And if you want the video to play full screen, you can just put a check mark here. There are some other options on the Format tab. These are very similar to the formatting options you get when you insert a picture. For example, you can add a video style, which can add a border and effects to the video. Another thing you can do from here is change the poster frame, and this is just the image that your audience will see when the video is not playing. Most of the time you'll probably want to use a frame from your video as the poster frame, but you can use a different image if you prefer. Click on the timeline and find the frame that you want. Then go to the Poster Frame command and select Current Frame. I think this video is done now, and to preview it, I'm going to watch the slideshow. And the video starts playing automatically.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving.
And when it's finished, it goes back to the poster frame image that we chose. And that's it. So you have a lot of different options on the Format and Playback tabs that you can use to tailor your videos to your presentation.
Like what you
that you can do with it is that you can save and send it, and then you can send it and publish those slides by creating a video, and that'll create a WMV file format, and the whole thing will be in one single video. Keep in mind that if you do this, it's going to take some time for the computer to process all that you have created in your slideshow. But it seems like it incorporates all the recorded timings, narrations, laser pointer gestures, includes all the slides, and preserves animations, transitions, and everything. So it is very powerful and very helpful for you to utilize this for your lectures, for classroom lectures, without having to purchase any additional technology. So to create the video, you click on File, choose Save and Send, and then Create Video, and Create Video again, and you just give it a file name.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the first video in the YouTube tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a YouTube account. So I'm on YouTube's homepage, and in the top right hand corner you will see a blue sign in button. Go ahead and click on that and it will take you to the Google account page. Now if you don't have a Google account, you have to go ahead and create one. So down below the blue sign in button you'll see create an account. We're going to click on that and it's going to take us to where we'll create it. So go ahead and enter in all your information. And you can use either an email address that you already have, or you can create a new Gmail address, which is what I'm going to do. And you can make it anything you want. I'm going to make mine browser language demo1@gmail.com. Create a password. Make your password, kind of complex so that it wouldn't be easy to figure out or guess or anybody to hack into your account. Enter your birth date and enter your gender. Google also asks for your mobile phone number and then also your current email address. And so then you gotta type in the text you see in the picture and also written next to the picture to show that you're not some spammer or anybody that isn't supposed to be on there. And I agree to the Google Terms of Service. Go ahead and click Next Step. And it will then take you to this page. You can add a photo if you want to your account, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit Next Step. It will then take you to this page. It says you now have a new email address, and it's browserlanguagedemo1@gmail.com. Just go ahead and click this blue button that says Back to YouTube, and you are now signed in. It will ask you if you want to subscribe to any of these channels. You can just hit Next, and then here are some channels for you also. Go ahead and hit Cancel, and you are now on the YouTube homepage, and you are signed in to YouTube. So that is how you create a YouTube account. And if this was helpful, please click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. It is below this video. And in the next video, I will show you how to change your YouTube channel name. So thank you for watching.
If you have a existing Google account, you pretty much already have an account with YouTube, since they pretty much took them over a little over a year and a half ago. If you don't have an account, it's real easy. Just go ahead and create an account, but I already have an account, so let me get signed in real quick. Okay, once you're signed in, what you want to do is just come right up here where it says upload. Click that. Now I need to do is go ahead and find my file. So this will just take me a minute. I usually save it on an external hard drive to keep the internal hard drive on my computer freed up. Okay. And once you figure out your file, go ahead and hit open. Now, depending on your internet speed and how fast your computer is, will be how fast this will load up. I got pretty fast internet here, so while this is going, go ahead and start filling out the title. You can add the description. Tags are very important. These are keywords that people are going to be able to find you, so very important to put some good keywords in there. If you do, let's see what else we got here for you. This is where you can be public, unlisted, or private. If you just want to have personal family or friends to see it only, you can go private with it. I want to keep this public. I can post to my subscribers, custom messages. Category, it's always good to maybe pick a category in here for yourself. And thumbnails. So once it does process, you can pick a thumbnail. So I'll just click one which I'll like to save there. And let's see, is that everything else? That's pretty much most of it right there. Oh, here's another thing too. If you guys are out there for monetizing your video, what this is what one way of making money on your video, basically by them putting advertising. So what you do is you can sign up, and once you do sign up, just make sure once you do upload a video, just click that. And these are the different kinds of ads you could do for making money on. And I just usually click them all, save changes. And advanced settings, you can really, if you want to allow comments, users can vote on you, users can view ratings of this video, allow video responses, allowed, or you can do all or approved. So, and then there's obviously you can go through and do some other stuff here. So the basic info is the real big one, and this is the one you really gotta look on doing, and then you should be all good to go. So anyways, I hope this really helped you. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on that. So anyways, you guys have yourself a good day, and we'll catch you down the road. Adios.